Hi, everybody. We just watched...
Hi, Dr. Nick.
We just watched Magical Girl Raising Project, episodes 5, 7, and 12.
Wait,
yeah?
Raising Project?
Yeah.
I thought you said this was Racing Project.
No, Raising,
Oh.
This isn't Inferno Cop. Episode, whatever that episode is.
This wishes it was Inferno Cop.
Obviously, that's the vibes
it
was going for, is Inferno Cop.
Obviously.
Yeah. So I guess to start off, what do you guys think that I think of the show?
I think for you it's a -6.
It's fine, I think, for you. I don't think you adore it, but I think it's fine.
I think you see it as, like, kind of almost, like, not really so bad it's good, but, like, it's trash, but there are parts of it you love. Like, that sort of.
It's more of a so bad it's good for me. I like to laugh at it.
Okay.
I really don't like it at all, except for Top Speed. Top Speed's
well,
really
that's what I mean when I say...
Yeah.
When I say there are elements you like in it, I just mean there's one character you really like.
Yeah, I like Top Speed a lot, and some of the designs are good, but, like, aside from that, I just like to laugh at this show. It makes me laugh. It's funny. So anyway, let's get into some episode descriptions. Yay!
Huzzah.
Oh god, my headphones fell off. Oh god, I'm not swim anymore. Okay.
Oh no.
So while Dear can't hear us, we watched episode 6, and Jesus Christ, this anime is a piece of shit. Anyway,
by the way,
Dear likes this anime, so...
Wait, before we start, I just want to take a wild guess, Gam, on when the author started writing the novel for this. By the way, there's no phone game.
I'm going to assume that they started writing the novel after Madoka came out.
Literally within a year.
Amazing.
Wow. I am so shocked.
Okay, anyway, Dear, yay!
So it's fine. Some girl's taking out a trash behind a combini and feeding someone under a bridge, and she's like, I only occasionally go to school, and he's like, will you marry me? And she's like, no. And then cut to her grinding levels in, like, a video game with her friend nearby doing makeup because she's staying there for the night. But then she gets chosen to be a magical girl, and then a robot comes out of the phone and goes, what? And actually it's her, and then that's the anime intro. Cut to a magical girl, a magical cranberry who doesn't want candy, she wants strong enemies, but there's also this other girl who's like, bro, I'll fight you, so they fight. And they wake everybody up. So
I want to say, normally we, like, give different names to things, but these aren't different names that they've nicknamed it. This is legitimately exactly what is happening.
Her name is literally Cranberry.
And a character named Cranberry literally is like, I don't care about candies, I care about fighting strong people.
Yeah. So anyway, they run away to the docks, talk about desire for a bit. Then one girl has an extendo sword, and the other girl is like, I'll punch that. And then she knees her off the fucking building with, like, blood and shit and keeps beating her senseless. Now she's scared, doesn't want to die or fight, and Cranberry is like, well, that's disappointing. And then the moment she tries to kill her, she runs off, and they have a flashback to her kindergarten moment. And then she lands a big ol' hit while thinking about her childhood friend, but she's not dead. And the cops are now coming for them, apparently, or something, because there's, like, sirens going off. Anyway, forget about that. He's transformed now back into himself, because it was actually a boy. And then he gets hit by a car. And then, in-game, the little fish mascot, who's like, fuck, what did you call him, Gam? It was such a good name.
Kyubey Kuma.
Kyubey Kuma. Yeah. Because
I was like, oh, hey, this is the Kyubey for this show. Jokingly, and then Spooky was like, I always used to call him Monokuma because he looks like Monokuma with the whole white and black and then the red eye, and I was like, Kyubey Kuma.
Anyway, the mascot is like, look, we added all these items, only one person can have them, first come, first serve. Oh, also that one kid died, isn't it sad? And then the friend of that kid hears that and starts crying her fucking eyes out. And then the game is the selection to test to find the best little kids to do shit. And if they die fighting for the items, it just means they were side characters and not worth the time. And then Fish also wants that one chick to murder a ton more for his entertainment. Friend character is like, hey, my bro's dead. You have to, and the Fish is like, you have to protect yourself now. Also, by the way, I'm not saying, but I might have saying that it just might have been a murder, by the way. Also, by the way, if you want to buy these items, they take years off your life. She goes to buy the sword, and then they all get sold out. And then Meth Hamura shows up. And
I called her Sleepy Bitch.
I called her Meth Hamura, so...
Okay.
Cut to two angel-like characters talking about cocaine, and then two other girls who also got things, and her name is Swim, and she decided to buy these things because she's the leader, and something about gathering candies is important before we see a cowboy lady who's really hot.
Drinking Jack Daniels.
Calamity Mary. With a good guitar song playing.
Yep. Robot is also here, and she's like, listen, everybody wants us to kill each other, so this is why we teamed up. Cut to a ninja and a witch on the street helping out some people with various tasks. Ninja is worried that they're gonna get killed while they fly off to the disposal center, and Witch is like, hey, I'm fucking Sonic, and she like Sonic booms away. And then she's like, I'm gonna need to wait for 6 months for some reason. Cut to Meth Hamura. She's like going after Sad Friend and gets cut in half by the fucking robot Vocaloid, who then threatens Sad Friend with death because she has a magical wire that cuts anything today, and it's very OP. And hey, it's time for you to die. And then, oh, that didn't work. Guess I'm dead now too from an arm in the chest. It's Meth Hamura. She's headless. That's it.
She lost her head.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
It's...
Yep.
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 So we cut to the next episode immediately. Exactly where we left off. Pink Hair wakes up as a normal girl, alive, I guess, with a furry vibrator in her hand. And then the intro starts. And it's like, well, I'm an anime girl. We're trying to be Madoka, but we're not good. And it cuts back to Kyubey Kuma telling her that the item's gonna save her or some shit, and she got it off someone, I guess. And also, Sister Fat Tits wants to talk to her. Then we cut to a lesbian couple mourning or something, and then we cut to the angels talking about fat tits or something. I don't know, I don't care. It cut back to the cowgirl who's drinking her Jack Daniels, and she's like, hey, Robot Girl, come back. And then the phone is like, Robot Girl is dead. And she's like, oh, what? Fuck. And then we cut to Sleepy Bitch by herself in the rain, and then she gets shot to death, and it's like, whoa, and then Cowgirl shot her, and then, wow, Sleepy Bitch ain't dead, time to fight, pew pew, rah rah. Sleepy Girl turns into a yellow puddle or some shit, then Cowgirl pours acid, then gasoline on her, and then sets the gasoline on fire, and then puts the yellow puddle in a barrel, then pours concrete on top of the barrel, and then pushes the barrel into the river, and then Sleepy, I guess, is still alive somehow, and opens up the barrel as a yellow puddle, and I guess is still alive. And then we cut to some flashback of a girl being bullied by guys, so she beats them up. And then later, I guess a few years later, she's being bullied by some girls, and then she beats them up. And then a little bit later, we cut to her mother getting another boyfriend who is perverted and tries to molest her, so she beats him up. And then she goes to live somewhere else. Then we cut to Sister Fat Tits running up to crying pink-haired girl about the death of the sword
Sad
person.
friend.
Sad friend, crying pink-haired girl, Snow White. Any of these names are ridiculous, and none of them are her real name. Sleepy
One
shows
is.
up, and Sister Fat Tits trusts her. No, it isn't.
Snow
and
White?
leaves pink hair. Yeah, no, it's not her real name. Trusts her and leaves pink hair with her because Sleepy's just there, and she's like, hey, I'm on your side. And they're like, okay, I completely trust you. And Sleepy's like, pink-haired girl, I want you. Pink-haired girl's like, I'm gonna go now. But ghost sleepy-haired girl can teleport, and she's like, haha, hi. And so pink-haired's like, hey, do you want this furry vibrator thing back? And Sleepy's like, nah, it's yours, I gave it to you. And then we cut to Sasuke and Witch eating stew and going het watching together. And then they talk about how they're younger than one of them's younger than. It's like, wow, was your school life fun, Sasuke? Did you get horribly, horribly traumatized in school, Sasuke? I didn't. It was normal. It was fun for me. Are your parents around, Sasuke? Wow, you know what? You're living a great life. And then Sister Fat Tits shows up somewhere or something. I don't know. Dog girl. I don't fucking care. That's the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Can you tell I don't like this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe.
What happened in episode 12, dear? What an amazing episode.
Hold on, I'm sending Spooky a bunny. It's fine.
Oh, a bunny.
Well,
Also,
multiple
okay.
bunnies.
inclusion
It's
to
fine.
the show.
Yeah.
This is very important. This is more important than the actual episode.
In your opinion, probably.
Aw, they're cute. I like
Yeah.
them.
You don't get to see it,
Yeah.
person listening. You
And
don't
neither
get to
does
see the bunny.
Gam.
Neither do I. I can imagine a bunny. I can see a bunny.
Would you like to see the
fine,
bunny?
I'll look at a picture of Kirby instead. You
Here.
don't get to see this picture of Kirby.
Is it the one that's squished on your vent?
Oh, that's... Maybe it is. Wow, look. Okay, that's a pretty cute bunny.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the less important things on this podcast. Cut to a cute room, and Fish is talking about the RPG again and basically explaining shit. And Flower, sad friend, wanted to be helpful instead of fighting everybody and collecting candies, but now she's just fucking depressed and doesn't want to be a magical girl anymore. And it was a dark and stormy night. Ninja is facing against Swim. And Fish tells Flower she can't just quit. It's in her contract, basically. Actually, this is a recruitment project. I was sent from space. Too bad the kunai that Ninja threw don't do anything to Swim. And she eats some fucking heroin. Also, Cranberry Lady was the original master presiding over the whole process, but she was crazy and got people to kill each other. No one is a good master material right now. Flower's like the only one. So, Swim does a swim through the concrete, and Ninja's like, I'll shoot you with this gun. And also people who fail this apparently get their memory wiped, and some of them just die.
I love that you're going back and forth between the two scenes without overtly stating that you're going back and forth.
Yes,
so it's
because-
incredibly confusing
Yes.
as you're saying this.
But it is also exactly like the anime.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, apparently gathering candy was bullshit and the lesbians are also dead, which this show sucks. Fish is like, wow, okay, you fucking suck. Don't get upset, bitch. And then cut to more fighting and swimming and fighting and lightning striking Swim magically. And Ninja gets her fucking arm cut off, but there's a flash bomb. And then
She gets disarmed.
But
and then one of them flashes back, thinking about wanting to be a princess, and Swimson is probably dead at this point. No, she's actually dead because the ninja comes up and literally just murders her, and it's a small child that's murdered, specifically because Swim is a small child that gets murdered.
Child.
Yes. Sad friend shows up. She's like, I'm so late. Oh no, you're dead. And then also Ninja's, I guess, also dead. And Fish is like, congrats, sad friend, you won. Too bad. She's like, no, I'm not going to be a master. And she's like, well, you don't have a fucking choice in this. So she tries to break the master terminal thing, and nothing is apparently going to break it no matter what she do. And then Fish is taunting her, and then the rabbit foot falls on the ground and fucking glows. And then Ninja's still alive and is furious because Fish said shit about her lesbian wife. She wants to get revenge for, what's her name again, Spooky? Is it Top Speed? Top Speed! And also,
Top spin.
she gets a mental note like, hey, maybe use the magical weapons to cut up the magical thing. So they cut the master terminal in half and it goes poof. And then we, I guess, go into the future where some girls are on the train talking about how the magical girl app is gone. But there's this weird magical girl that keeps being spotted. Cut to worldwide terroristic organizations having been followed by the magical girls. Also, Ripple was given a magical girl egg to try and convince Sad Flower, to stop doing the shit she's doing. And then they kind of fight each other, but I don't really know why.
It's more like
And
sparring,
then,
I guess.
thanks for beating me up. Let's fight some more. And we're still friends. And then there was an extra bit after that Spooky showed us where Korone kills Cranberry by turning her into a fucking black hole.
Yeah, this is episode 11.
And then Swim is like, you saw me as a small child, and fucking murders Korone.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that, because Swim doesn't even, like, go, she, like, because, like, Swim's knocked out, and so the dog girl saves her from being killed by Cranberry, and then dog girl goes up to Swim and is like, wake up, Swim, I saved you, we're in this together, both of us, together to the end, we love each, and, like, this entire time, Swim's, like, waking up, looks at her, looks away, transforms back into a magical girl, and then immediately slices the dog girl's neck, and the dog girl's like, huh? And then dies.
Yeah.
As blood, like, sprays out from her neck.
Can I just say also, when fucking Snow White is, like, going to smash the Master Terminal, she uses, like, she doesn't use any of her magical girl stuff, which obviously would have actually done something. All she does is, like, throws it across the park, then grabs a rock and slams it down. Then grabs another rock and slams it down. Then grabs another rock and slams it down.
That's because her special magical girl, because all the magical girls have, like, special strength and stuff, but her magical girl power is to be able to hear people's thoughts when they're in trouble, and that's literally it.
Wow, so she has the worst power that Superman has.
Yeah, listen, but Gam, she didn't have good powers, and she never hurt anybody, and yet she is the one that survived or some shit.
Wait, so hang on, so she is, like, the feeble one, she's so humble, she's the purest, but somehow she's also the one who wins in the end. She's the most powerful, technically. Wow, this sounds like something really familiar, Spooky.
Hey, Gam, guess what? Hardcore Alice became a magical girl because
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hardcore Alice became a magical girl for Snow White because she wanted to be able to protect her.
I fucking hate that. Hey. I was legitimately about to be like, okay, this is a -2, because, like, I like laughing at someone. No, this is a 0. Fuck this anime.
So, guess what else?
It is literally the embodiment of, hey, can we watch Madoka Magica? No, we have Madoka Magica at home.
Guess what? Guess what else? Guess what Snow White did for Hardcore Alice to make her forever indebted to her and want to protect her?
What?
Oh god, she made her fucking immortal, didn't she?
No, Hardcore Alice's power was just that she was immortal. That there's no real context for that.
Thank God.
Except for that she can keep coming back over and over to save Snow White. Anyway, Snow White helped her.
Go on, Spooky, say it.
Helped her find her house key that she had dropped about 3 feet away from her. And then she was like, I am forever indebted to this magical girl.
Alright.
I love the rating of the show. It's fantastic. It starts off and it's like, hey, there's all these this phone app suddenly makes all these magical girls. That's really neat, huh? And then it's like, okay, go help people, and you get these rewards called candies. He isn't that cool. There's like a top magical girl every week, haha. And then they're suddenly like, oh, we need to start cutting back on magical girls. We're gonna half the number from 16 down to 8. So, whoever has the least amount of candies, you're not a magical girl anymore. And then Nemarine got fucked, by the way, in this, because Nemarine's power was being able to enter people's dreams and turn their nightmares into dreams. And they were like, sorry, doing things in the dream world, you get dream candies, not real candies, so fuck you, bitch. God. Even though you get the most candies out of anybody, they don't count. So then Nemarine...
Is that like a last minute twist as well?
Yes.
As like oh my god, she got the most candies, and then someone was like, but they're dream candies, so they don't count. And she's like, no, I'm at the bottom of the ladder, and then she's dead.
Nemarine... Like, it shows, like, Fav, like, explaining that to her, and she's like, but this is what I do, and then she, like, fucking dies. And then it's, like, revealed, like, if you lose if you're the one at the bottom, then you die in real life, too, not just as a magical girl, and it's, like, neat. By the way, Swim's entire... they tried so hard to make this deep. Swim's entire motivation for becoming the top one is because Nemarine went into her dream.
Yep.
And Swim saw Ruler, who was like the ruler of their group, in her dream, and she was like, I want to serve a princess one day. And Nemarine goes, well, then why don't you just be... She was like, why would you serve a princess if you could just become a princess? And then Swim's like, I can become a princess. And Nemarine's like, yeah, sure, little girl, you become a princess. And then Swim goes, neat, I'm going to murder everybody. And murders Ruler.
Of course.
Yeah. Calamity Mary gets killed because Ripple fucking throws a shuriken into her skull, which is kind of neat. But then Top Speed dies because Swim comes up behind her and stabs her, and the reason that she's like, I need to stay alive for at least 6 more months is because you find out she was pregnant. And it's like, did you really have to do this? By the way, I should also say that Hardcore Alice is also a very small child. I don't know why they did this.
I guess because it's meant to, like, have an impact or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, see, that's the big issue, right? There's more characters than there are episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, a huge issue. And they don't know how to write meaningful deaths. There was, like, a whole thing where it's like, they saw Madoka Con, they're like, wow, Dark Magical Girl series, it was dark, that's why people liked it.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, it had good rating. No, it's just because it was dark and apparently really edgy. I don't fucking know what this person thought. But it's really fucking cool. I like Calamity Mary. She shoots people, that's her magical girl power. Guns.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, Sister Nun has fat tits.
Yeah.
It
has almost every, like, super edgy trope that there could be. Almost. It's not quite there, but almost every super edgy trope that there possibly could be. Which is really cool.
They really wanted to make, like, their version of Madoka.
Oh, yeah.
It's just... it's fucking awful.
Yeah, they were riding...
It's fucking awful.
She was definitely riding the wave of Madoka. Also, there's multiple multiple novels that cover, like, different storylines. And in one of the storylines, they time loop.
Of
and
course
I'm
they
like,
do.
wow, that's really neat. It's really cool. I will never read the novels. I've read the descriptions for the novels, and they sound pretty bad. If anime were made of them, maybe I'd, like, watch the anime, because I think this one's really fucking funny. I go back and watch the scene where Cranberry dies, like, all the fucking time, because it kills me. It's so fun. Like, Tama, like, because Tama's power is to dig a hole in anything. That's a cool power.
Oh.
And... yeah, so she slashes her, and then there's, like, a fucking black hole and an explosion, and Tama's just, like, screaming, and then she's like, Swim, thank God I saved you! And then Swim kills her, and it's, like, the first time Tama has done anything bad, too. It's really fucking cool. It's like, man, if Swim would have just died and then Tama did that, she would have won, and maybe she would have won the whole fucking thing. Who knows?
I want to note also that when we were watching that, the fucking moment where, like, she sat down in front of Swim, I just went, and now Swim kills her, and then Spooky just started trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
I was like...
you did not hold it in.
I couldn't. It was too good.
You tried, but you couldn't hold it in, because it was like,
tried.
Spooky, we've watched this piece of shit, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it makes sense, right, that you... that you would, like, fucking, realize that, but it's funny that out of 3 episodes you knew exactly what was gonna happen. It's really cool. Also, the Battle Royale subplot didn't start until episode 6. Like, episode 6 was the first time a character killed another character, like, outright. The first 5 episodes are, like, basically nothing. Like, none of the things they build up, like, matter at all, because first it's the candies, and then it's like, oh, well, if you have the least amount of candies you die. So then it becomes, like, how do we trick people into, like, getting, like, stealing their candies? And then they're like, why don't we all just murder each other? And I'm like, why didn't you just do that in the fucking first place, instead of, like, setting up 5 episodes, like, for these, like...
of useless shit.
Yeah, it's, like, a bunch of shit that you don't end up using, and it never comes back. Ever. So it's like, whoa. Because, and there's points where, like Tama at one point is like, Tama at one point is like, we're not even trying to get candies anymore. Like, we're just killing each other. And it's like, wow, they could have, like, brought it back or something. Like, they could have done something, but it never happens. So it's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
where are you,
cool.
Gam?
It's such a waste. I'd say, like, it's such a wasted concept, but it's like, yeah, it is. It's like they could have done something good with it. It's like, yeah, someone already did.
Madoka.
It's fucking Madoka Magica.
I think that this
like,
could have been... I think they could have taken some of the characters, right? Thrown them into...
They could have made something unique with it, but they didn't want to. They wanted to make Madoka Magica.
No, not even... I think they could have taken some of these characters, a few, put them in their own show, about them, made it not edgy, and it could have worked. Like, I think the idea of Nemurine, like... going into people's nightmares and turning them into good dreams. I think that's, like, an interesting concept. It could have made a neat little show. But...
Shoujo?
Anyway, Top Speed's the best. Gam, what did you think of the show? Oh, I already said a 0, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a 0. It would have been a -2 if I hadn't learnt the fucking, like... Because, like, throughout the whole thing, Spooky was joking about the fact that, like, Sleepy Bitch was Homura and Snow White was Madoka, and I'm like, haha, yeah, because they look the same, and like the Sleepy Bitch is kind of weirdly like protective. It's like, haha, okay, I get it,
Yeah,
but it's like, no, they literally are just Madoka and Homura. No, fuck this.
Yeah,
fuck this. Cool. 0. I don't want to ever see this ever again.
Dear,
I'm in like a 3 because like I don't give a fuck. Very comparatively to Gam, and I don't want to watch it, which is why it's a 3 and not like a 4 or higher. Because 4 is like neutral to positive.
Oh, I need to...
So, I'm just like, I'm not going to give it the time of day. I don't hate it, but I'm not going to give it the time of day.
Hold on, let me check. I don't even remember if I gave this. Let me check really quick on my MAO. Although I guess I kind of rank things differently than you guys. Hold on.
Quick, Gam, do the theme song.
Hold on. Magic. What the fuck is the name of this anime in Japanese?
I think I don't know. Hang on.
Thank you. Give me a second while okay.
But what are magical girls really?
I'll tell you. They're fucking not this.
I liked in also the ending sequence. Really, the Snow White is literally like, I don't want to regret anything anymore, and I'm like, I think I've heard that line before. Really good.
what a very fascinating line.
I gave this a 3. And the only reason I got a 3, is because of like comedic value, and Top Speed is really cute. I wish Top Speed was in a better show. Top Speed just deserves to be in a better show. She's literally better than any other character. She's so good. But yeah, so I gave it a 3 because Top Speed is good and I think it's funny. So that's where I stand with it. Pretty cool shit.
This is literally the home brand Madoka Magica.
It really is. No, this is also a very short podcast.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could go into more depth about like why this doesn't work versus why Madoka does work, but also I don't want to because I don't care. Yeah. And if you want to know why Madoka works, just fucking listen to the Madoka podcast that we did. Yeah. Honestly,
I think there is a discussion to have, but I think it's a discussion we'll have in the future more because I plan to show more post Madoka anime magical girl.
I thought you were about to say more episodes of this, and I was just like,
no.
No. In a real brief, Madoka. I can feel that like the main problems that I have with this versus like Madoka is like it cuts back and forth between all of these characters so much that it's like it almost feels like you have to be keeping notes in order to keep up with like what's going on because there's just too many characters that it cuts between too many, and throughout the entire time you're like, okay, what's this character up to? And it's like, okay, we need to cut to this character for their minute segment where it's like, okay, this is what they were doing this episode. And then it's like, next episode, they'll be over here and doing this. And it's like it went in the first episode we watched, episode 6, it was like, there was a point where I stopped and I was like, so the first half of this episode was a fight scene, and the second half of this episode is just scenes of people talking to each other about the fight scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was.
There's literally more characters than episodes. Like, that's a huge fucking issue. And even then, it's like, you can't develop, even if there was one character per episode, right? That's not enough time to develop anything meaningful.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you could have this many characters and still have something good by having a single character that we follow throughout all of it. We don't cut between all the characters, we follow a single character. Yes. And it's like, they kind of wanted to do that with, like, Snow White, but they don't do it because Snow White's a completely boring character. Yeah. Like, and the only time we ever cut to Snow White is when she's crying and whining and complaining and being, like, upset. And it's like, okay.
They tried so hard to do Madoka for her that it hurts. Like, I think out of any character, she's, like, the glowing example of, like, they obviously tried to copy her, like, exactly.
Plus,
but
also,
and it's like they wanted you to care about all of the characters a lot and, like, know the characters well, and it's like, you can't do that with a cast this big in a show this short. Like, and
plus
and
it also kind
of
suffers a little bit. Yeah, from the type of show it is, absolutely. Yeah. But it's like, it also kind of suffers from the problem of, like, we don't know their power levels.
Yes.
Like, when they're fighting each other, it's like, okay, they're doing impossible things against each other, and it's like, okay, this killed them, and it's like, no, it didn't. But then 5 seconds later, it actually does kill this person. And it's like, then, like, how am I supposed to know that, like, this is a powerful attack that actually will hurt someone versus this is a powerful attack that someone can block and just shrug off as if nothing happened? Like, it's arbitrary what does and doesn't affect other characters to a point where it's like, what's the point in me paying attention to this fight scene and going, oh god, this person's gonna get hurt by this? Other than just, okay, they're hitting each other, wake me up when we get to the one attack that's actually gonna hurt someone.
Yeah, I also love any fight with Hardcore Alice. Like, we see Calamity Mary literally, like, burn her goo and throw it into an ocean, but she lives. And the only reason Hardcore Alice dies is because Swim fucking kills her in human form. By the way, they build up Cranberry to be the final boss, because it's technically supposed to be Cranberry, because she's, like, the master of this.
Yeah, because she's the master. Yeah.
Which, they also explain the reason it's a Battle Royale is because Cranberry chose for it to be. It's just so fucking, like, okay.
Again,
then have Cranberry be the final boss, not fucking Swim.
You know what? You know why they did that? Because they wanted to subvert your expectation of, like, Cranberry's the final boss, and then it's like, no, Cranberry's underling is actually the final boss now.
It's not Cranberry's...
Megatron's not in charge. Starscream's in charge.
It's not even her underling. Swim was Ruler's underling. Swim and Cranberry literally, like, hadn't met until the point where they fight and Tama kills Cranberry.
Oh. I thought, wow, that makes it even worse.
Yeah,
fuck this show, man.
It's bad. It's literally a twist for the sake of being a twist, and that's it. And it's like, okay, neat.
I was trying to give it credit.
No, no credit. No credit is due. Just laugh.
Fuck this show. Fuck it. If you like this show, just watch Madoka.
Yeah, honestly.
Just watch Madoka. Fuck this show.
Alright.
It's a waste of time.
Is that about all we have to say on it?
I think that's all I have to say about it. Do you want to say anything else, dear?
Nah. Alright.
Spooky, do you want to say anything else?
Top Speed's cute and deserves better.
Top Speed deserves to smooch Sasuke, that's true.
Top Speed deserves to smooch me.
Let's go lesbians, yeah. Okay.
Okay, goodbye everybody.
Bye.
See you next time
goodbye,
when we watch
everybody.
Not This.